Hello YouTubers, hello! Dune Awakening fans, welcome back. Dreadis here. Well, I have my table, my whole setup. The observer pieces are now available by watching people on Twitch. And you can get a whole bunch of new pieces. So this railing is one of them, the round railing, along with this flat railing. If you're wondering how I got these plants up here, I basically went to the Dune Man set, and then you've got the railing, right? And if we go and replace it, you can see it right there, right? So I can move this, right? And I can set it somewhere else on the Dune Man piece. Move it back. And then if I change this, so if I replace this, right? See, so if I go to move it, I can't set it back down. But anyway, that's how you put stuff on the edge of the railing. You can go and switch it like that. And yeah, that way I have this kind of cool effect going on up there. So I've done a few things to change the base. And we'll take a look from the outside, because I think that's the most noticeable area. I was gonna get gas, but I don't have gas. But here you can see the roof pieces and the doors. Got those cool doors, they're like bronze. And I just bought this piece of land right here, so I'm kind of extending out. I'm gonna make a bigger landing bay. I made this room bigger, and right now I have 4 sections, but you can see I've got the pillars, right? And so the pillars make it so you can easily get around it. But yeah, it's gonna be, this is my landing area, which I might need to make a little bigger. That's why I was kind of working on it. Got my sand bike, and I need some gas. But this is the base so far, and I do need to do a whole bunch of other things to get it up to speed. You know, I have, I want to put a platform over here for the advanced vehicle bay building device, and I want to get a level 6 ornithopter, but I'm not going to be doing that today. Today I'm going to be doing a bit of a tour. I want to see some of the new stuff in the game. It looks like there's some new stuff and I want to check it out. So I'm going to grab some gas, I'm going to grab some items, and we'll go check it out. So I need spice, I need plastanium, and all the usual stuff. Now I just gassed up the birds. So this is the pocket bird. And then what do we got here? So I have got a industrial compactor, and I have an MK4 one as well. So I will take that one. And I have a Cutaway MK5 and another one. So I have that plus an MK4 radiation suit. I don't have all the best gear when it comes to gathering, but I'm ready. There we are, there's the base up on the top of the world. Alright, well, I did see somebody playing the new map. I also need fuel cells. So now I would typically go to the deep desert and mine a whole bunch of that stuff, but the thing is, I have been making so much money that I'm wondering what it's at as far as the market. I'll show you some of the stuff I do. So when I come in, I usually go to this vendor here.
Ah, you're back.
And I scroll to the bottom and I look for stuff that I can sell, and really there's not much here. I could maybe sell the rangefinders, so I'll just buy all those. About 100,000 for 20 of them, right? And this vendor here,
Can't get.
oh, Atreides office furniture set, so I didn't have that before. I'm gonna buy that. Karab heavy armor set variant. Okay, sure. Let's take that. Harkonnen Trader heavy armor set variant. Atreides Scout armor set variant. Getting all kinds here. We got the buggy. What else? Atreides still suit swatch. Anything else? Looks like I got everything here. Yeah, so she has calibrated servox, so I'll buy all those. Around 50,000 worth. And the complex machinery at 500. Then I'll leave. Next spot is going to be around the corner. So just over here.
Still alive, are you?
Some of the vendors I find, so this is where you get the Carette Viper 5-finger triple shot rifle and the Starburst. There are people that don't know about this vendor, so you can sell these on the market. That's kind of what I'm doing. Grabbing all the diamondine dust, buying it. Same with carbide scraps. Buying it as much as I can get. I've already got the rangefinder, the compressor though. The light one I think sells better. And yeah, you got the Sand Trout heavy caliber compressor. So I'm not going to get that one just yet because I think I have a bunch. And then I basically run to the market and I'll top up what I have in my bags.
Welcome. Would you like to deposit or withdraw some?
So I'm just looking for stored items that are like double, like this here. Alright, so now I have 40 of them. I do need this. I need fuel cells. That's one of the things I'm looking for. I'm out of fuel cells back at the base, so you can see here I've got a bunch of armor, right? And just a bunch of random stuff. So we'll go to the market. I haven't been on the market in a while, right? So looks like, so you can see here military power regulators. I had 15. This is just stuff that I found and resold, right? So, you know, price per item 22,000, right? So I'm at 12 million. 12 million for 100,000. This one here, hydraulic piston. So I made another 100,000 there. So the carbide scraps, they expired. Diamondine dust, pistons, industrial pumps, so on and so forth, till I grab it all. Right? And I look for active, completed, go to sell. So Servox are going for like 9,000, carbide scraps 11. So you can see the price of them has started to come down now that I think people know that you can go and buy them. But the fact that I can go and buy all these fuel cells, right? So I want fuel cells. These ones here. If I go by price, 200 for 500, like I can get that for 100,000. And I know it sounds silly to go and buy it instead of going and mining it, right? But I mean, I kind of feel like I don't want to waste my time doing that. So I'll just buy it. Inefficient. Okay, well, send a vehicle. Okay, so then I'm gonna buy spice melange. It's going for 17 and a half. Now I only need like 5, right? And so, you know, I could go to the desert, but like I'll just grab like 10, which is what I need in order to get to the next level, right? I'll send that one to the vehicle too. I could also use some building materials. Granite. Oh my god, there's no granite available. You know, and then the thing is, if you want plastone, you can get it by the pound. Probably. Where's the plastone? That'd be under refined resources. Yeah, look, plastone's dirt cheap. It's because of all the components. Like the base building components. Anyway. So if I want 500 plastanium, I gotta go and buy it for 12.8, which isn't bad. Still 6 million. I don't necessarily want to spend 6 million. So I might go out and mine it. I think I'm gonna have to go and mine it. I'm gonna go check out the deep desert, so let's do that. Oh yeah, and then to get the carrier ornithopter cargo container, that's like 8 million right now. And it looks like you can buy a few of the other components, but I can make it. What do I need to make it? So yeah, again, more plastanium. Silicon block I can get pretty easy. Spice melange, I'll have to go into the deep desert for that. So, yeah, okay. But this is what I'm after right here. So you can see this is all the carbide scraps on here, right? So he's got it at 11.8, 11.8, 11.9, and then this guy's at 25. So each one of these is 356,000, right? So if I just buy all of it, right? I'm just gonna buy all of it. Then I go to my orders and I'll just purchase it all, right? And then I'll go and sell. I'll go to carbide scraps. Now I'm at 25,000, right? Now I can sell at like 19,999, 19,999, and then I've got like almost 3 million, and I'll do 3 days, right? So 108,000 I'll lose just for posting, but right? And then if I go buy carbide, now I got it at 19,999. So we'll see if that ends up selling. It may not. So calibrated Servox, so this one here that's like gonna cost $1.5 million, but I don't feel like it's as valuable. So I'm just gonna sell what I've got here. It's only 20. I'm just gonna sell it at the, what are they at? 8,997, so 8,996. So 180,000, and then I'll just do it like a 1 day. So there, I'm at the top of the list. Complex machinery, kind of the same deal, right? 1996. And we'll do for a day, so I can keep my exchange fees low, right? Diamondine dust. So if I go to buy diamondine dust. Alright, so it looks like 13.9 is kind of the high end. Now this is like 15,000. So for him to do 10 at 15, yeah, see how he's doing that? So now I can go and buy that, and I would end up making an extra, I don't know, like 4,000 per unit. Or I could just let him run out. Like people will just buy up his first 15 and then he'll be into the 46s. So really I'm competing here. So if I go 13,960, 13,960, that one I'll throw up for 3 days. Alright, so now I'm right there. 45, 46, 25, like, it's pretty fair. See, and stuff like this is crazy. Like, look at large fuel cell, and they're selling for 400,000. Meanwhile, I just made it with a bunch of fuel cells that I just bought at 200 a piece. So you could like just turn around and flip them. Then you get to stuff like this that's selling at like market value, 2,500. This one's at 5,000. So in other words, it's no point in putting it out on the market. This one here, same thing. Like they're low. I'm gonna end up needing this stuff in the future, so I might as well just keep it, right? But things like this handheld life scanner, and it's got nothing in there. That means I could probably get an easy 250,000 possibly for that, right? So, like if I was to sell it, I'm gonna put it up for 188,000 for like 3 days. Let's see what happens. So if you look at my active orders, this is what I got, and that'll pay out. I just keep on loading up the market, and eventually, so there I'm down like 2 million right now, but I'll probably have that here as long as all this stuff sells. See, and what's interesting about the Deep Desert on Harmony server is that we have 3 of them, which is pretty awesome. I'll just go on the first one. Yeah, well, now is the boring bit where I go and I just harvest all the materials and get a vehicle's worth of wall materials. I'm even taking the aluminum. Yeah, you can kind of see what I'm after here. Just gonna fill that right up and basically fly back to base and make all the stuff I want to make. Check out this guy's base. Pretty nice. Got the drive-through. Have an upper level. Got the big bay over here. Yeah, it's a cool one. I like it. Alright, well I'm getting a little bored. So I just put the thopter over there. Yeah. Yeah. Almost always somebody right over there. I don't know why they're not here. Unless they're gonna just pop in. Yeah. Booster 5. Okay, we're back out here. Cool. There you go. And now everything is now respawned in the area. Storage full. Alright, well we can head out. Oh yeah, I wanted to see this base here. This guy's got a cool base. Got the crawler and everything there. What else? He's got 2 of them. Three. Holy. Big group. We need 3 of those. There's the cargo container. There it is. See it? There's 2 of them. In fact, I can see all 3 of them. So they put a different room in the top half in order to put the cargo container in there. That's cool. Alright, well there you go. Now you know. It's interesting how the cargo container just changed the base. This, we got the big D over here. Yeah, he's got his cargo container. Got like a setup, cool setup. Wild. SD. Yeah. And we got some of the bases around here. Like that one. It's cool, right? Where do you get that color? Skin. Must have changed a few of the different items. Anyway, my place is up on the hill here. Looks so good. Let's get all this stuff running. Hello YouTubers, well guess what, I fell asleep last night and it's now Sunday morning and we're going to continue with this playthrough and I'm building this section onto the back here And let's see here. So I really like how you can just middle mouse click to get like the pieces that you want, right? Like to be able to just like copy like this here. Do that. Now, that's probably a bad idea what I just did there, because I'm gonna need to work out a little bit further. I've got this lip here. So you can see this lip right along here, and then I've got these rounded corners, and then I've got the pillars come up right under here, which isn't really working. It works okay in this front half, right? So the idea was to keep it kind of round, but then what happens is I need to build around it, and so for example, I gotta go and replace this one, but I don't want this whole section falling on my head or just disappearing, which is what can happen if you use pillars. So, because of that, I need to change that, and I need to do something to kind of fill this section in. And I wish I had boxed out, like I boxed out the top. That seems to work out really good. So I wish I kind of had boxed out that part there, but we will see. Also, now that it's the next day, I can build this. I was planning on putting it in this corner right here. And I think I just shut the power off in the whole base by accident. Okay, hold on. I gotta turn off one of the death stills that did not get run overnight. If I could get a death still that has like a three body limit in it, that'd be great. That way I'd have an overnight. While I exsanguinate these people. Let's see, how's my metals doing so I can make more plastinium. And also shut this machine off. Although those ones are pretty cheap, it's this one that uses all the power. But it's done. I'll go turn this one back on again. Now I got, let's see here, so they're worth about 20,000 each. So, because I don't have the advanced death still yet. Still working on it. Place is looking pretty good though, gotta admit. I'm taking a chill run to this game. I'm just taking my time. So there we go. We got all the MK6 stuff. We get the cutter array, the crawler, the scout 6, the assault 6, and the carrier, along with the carrier cargo container. So in other words, I have a ton of materials to collect, right, in order to go and do this. You can see it's all plastanium, spice melange, plate steel, spice, plastanium, spice, yeah, precision rangefinder, which I just got a bunch of those, so able to buy them. I'm just gonna build up directly beside it. I'll put that about like right there. Okay, and then the roof. Now, I highly doubt I'm gonna keep this piece, but you never know. So I'm just gonna build it like I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, so this one right here, I'm gonna demolish it. I'm gonna demolish that. I'm gonna pick one of these. Put it in there. And there. Then I gotta pick that one. Stick it back in there. And then I can delete this whole thing right here. And I can just go down and delete it right there. Nice and easy. Alright, well now that we can go further out this way, over here, I never did it over here, but I was wondering about how far I can go before I get to, yeah, so inside the land claim. So it goes all the way to there. And then I can have kind of a walkway through the outside to here. And then this bay may actually be that much bigger. What's on the inside here? I got my storage bins. About 2 blocks in, so it'd go all the way up to this edge. I could easily move this down a little bit. Right? And then what's up top? And not much. I could probably extend it that and make it that much bigger. So then I'd have a bigger door on the back. So a smaller door on the front. Keep this door size. But then this one can be like 2 squares bigger that way. So this pillar here, I mean the distance is pretty far between this one and this one over here. And the only reason I knew the distance was because it's easier to do when you're building it, to get those measurements just by basically building out until you can't anymore, right? So like I could go and just build out all the way out to here, let it register. So now I have insufficient stability, I can't get any further, right? So I need a pillar on either side, but then I can't get it there. If I build out like so, it will actually help out the stability. All of a sudden I can get an extra one out, right? But then it won't do anything. Okay, so it's doing it over here. So you can see it's kind of flaring. I bet I can do the same here. Well, that one's not doing it. But now it will. Will it go out here, but it won't go here. Right? So now this is not being stabilized. Which means, so it's kind of like a circle of influence around those posts. And so it's coming out all the way to here. Which is pretty far, really. But I think in order to do this, I'm going to probably need to go out and measure out just like 2 posts. Right? So I'll start like here. I don't even need, I can just set it there as like an image. I don't know why I'm building it. Right? I just want to do the image. All the way to the edge here. There, I can't go in the land claim, so it'll probably be those 2 right there. And then how much distance do I have here? So I've got like, so between the posts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. So then it would be 4 over from each side. So it would be this one right here. Right. So I don't need any of the ones here. I don't need that. Gotta be careful not to take the ones out behind it. Alright. So then these are where my posts start. Now this is also a bit of a problem because depending on how my floor levels out at the top, these are like full heights. So I want it to actually flatten out. So I don't know how it's going to land at the top. And then do I have it in line with, see how it's like a half now? Right? And so if it's a half, it doesn't want to, I can't put the, I can't put the top on there without it being in the wrong spot. So now I need to build this up one in order to go and make it so that I can reach up there. That's assuming I'm going to use that thing. That's probably why I have that angle to begin with. It's probably why I have this half step up right here, is in order to compensate for that. But I'm looking to have a bigger space here. So I want the floor to be flat in that spot. So I'm going to go and adjust that entire thing. I'll show you how to do that, or how I'm going to do it. And of course it has to do with the walls. So all we need is a half wall and a floor, rest of the landscape. So if I do that, now I have that level, right? So now I can just demolish this. Go out 2 units. Now we have support. Getting close to the ground over here. Wishing like in Shrouded I could just go to bed. Wake up in the daytime. I'm gonna move this out of the way because if I don't move it, it could get destroyed by accident. So should be over here somewhere. Yay, now that it's morning, we're gonna redo this section, and I'm gonna do that with the pillar. I gotta build another pillar beside this one or something like it. I feel like the pillars here, this is a pretty major one. I don't know if I need to make 2 of them. Should be okay. I mean, if I lose 1 or 2 roof tiles or floor pieces or something, not going to be a big deal. Okay. So now, build a floor in here. Okay, put the pillar back. And now I guess I can take this pillar out. There we go. Supported. Now we're gonna make the floor pivot here. That's the one I'm after. Right, and then usually just like when I'm boxing it out, I just like to use the basic stuff. And then change it after. Like a half wall there. This is why you gotta box it out. Gotta keep the theme. Alright, so then there's the roof. Even the roof has to pivot. Right, like this one? Yeah, it's this one. Oh, I'm gonna die. Okay. Yeah, which then changes the whole roof as well. Probably get into some shade. Do this from the inside. Okay, so then that one is an angle. Which way? I think it's that one. Kinda looks like it, yeah. And then I guess that means there's a bit of a flat spot there. I mean, it can go up higher. Can't get rid of that just yet because of the corner of that door. I mean, I guess I can get rid of it. Do I have enough room in my pouches? It looks like I've got an extended upstairs. I don't know if that's accurate or not. It's definitely making this much bigger space. And how far out can I go? Right there, the wall, the shield wall is like right there. So I can just jump out into the overland map from here. That's another thing, is I gotta make sure I can get in and out of here without having it like crashing into the wall. Automatically being asked if I need to leave. Right, like how far out is it? There it is. So it's basically right at that rock face, so cancel. Still plenty of room, I think. Feels like there's still enough room. So that's as far as I can go, right? Should have a brick right underneath. Yeah, I do. A little over, but it's there. Giving us even more room. I think it's like 9 by 11, maybe? What is that right now? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, 9 by 9. That is one good sized hanger. But the one thing you gotta look at is I don't have any support over here. Well, on this side there's no support, and yet it's still standing, right? So these pillars do a pretty good job of holding the base. So because of that though, I'm gonna go and build 2 tall pillars right here. That projection really helps out a lot when it comes to doing stuff like this. Right? Hopefully I can reach from up here. Get a few more stacks in. I know I can do that. One way to do it. Got it. I think I'm missing one here. Oh no, that was it. That full suspensor belt is amazing. When it comes to the shields, you know, I like them as windows, but they do use a lot of power. So if I'm thinking about having a efficient base, then power might be an issue, right? And so I'm looking at this here and I've got kind of this patio thing going on right here, this 2-story patio. And I think I need to go and add the living space inside by extending this out to here. That's just an easy one. And then from there, I'm not sure how I'm going to treat that section, but we might as well get started since I kind of know what I want to do. Right? I'm going to delete all this stuff here. Continue with this. I like these lights. These pot lights. Then that also opens up this floor. Let's see if I just demolish like this whole wall. Yep, see, it disappeared. Okay. Take that out. At what point do I start losing structure? Yeah, there, I lost a piece there. You can see it's starting to lose structure. It has no support. Right, like if I take that out. Oh shoot, now I gotta put another pillar up through here. Oh boy. Well, I definitely gotta work on this, get this figured out. But I'm gonna end up putting a wall right here, so that might be enough support. Wonder if I could just change it. Like if I pick this and then hit replace. No, invalid. Okay, well there we go. It's in. Now I have 3 different flooring types going on here. Yeah, I can change it. I have like this outside observer tile. And I have, what is this one? Oh, that's the Dune Man one. And this one, yeah, I should probably replace this with the Dune Man. Funny how it thinks about it for a minute. There we go. There's the corner of the base right there. I can't really go much further out. What do we got here? So there's no, this is kind of a dry wall back here, but this furniture doesn't make sense anymore. Okay, so it's getting roomier up here, that's for sure. I'm gonna go and finish up this floor. I didn't lose the top bit, so that's good. I did lose this little piece here, though. And some of this. That's funny. So because that wall wasn't in there, it started to take that stuff out. Alright, well, I'm gonna put that there. Demolish that. Definitely gonna have this. Ooh. Then probably these. Okay, so I think that's all fixed. Okay, so here we have, coming down this way. Now there's a set of stairs over here, right? But it's pretty tight to the one side. Now that I have some room, I should probably move it over. Probably somewhere kind of in the middle, right? So like, what's that? 1, 2. There's no real good middle. Maybe I'll make it a double wide. Why not? Right? And I have to use these half ramps because they don't have stairs for it. Ooh, it's close. I can hear them hissing away. Big double area, and then I'm using this here. And then the railing. New observer railing. And then I'm continuing this along here to this edge. Just to make it look interesting. Kind of boxes it a bit. You got this box. I'll just fill that in. There we go. A little tight on the extinguishing station, but that's fine. I'll just have to move it around. Okay. So far, so good. Let's get rid of all this. I think we're good to there. Yep. And okay, cool. That should be where it comes through. Alright, well we're gonna go and put like basic boring walls all around here to make sure I have enough materials just to do the job. Right? Then I can change it up after. What's kind of funny is I'm basically going out to see how far I can go to get to no stability. So that's as far as I can go right there. That's where my stability ends. If I went from that part of the building over and left a gap, that's how far I could go. That's pretty good. That's pretty far. You can see the hangars looking pretty big and open, which is great. In fact, I might want to do something with this room right here, make it like rounded off a little bit. And I pick that one, and then I go to the round observer one. There. Now it's like a little balcony overlooking the bay. The bays area. That's cool. So by doing that, it also helps me, like I can just put this in here, right? And now I have full support, but it keeps everything in line. Keeps my design in line, I guess you could say. Otherwise I'd have like the walls jumping around. I get to this part here, and now I can, oh, I can do this. I'm gonna just make this far wall here. And how I'm gonna treat this corner, I think I'm just gonna make it a blunted end. I guess that's the height of the door, right there. 1, 2, so it's 3.5, is that right? I guess there's usually one on the bottom, but I'm not gonna have the one on the bottom. Like that one. Because that one's 3.5 as well. And you can see I went and I put one there. Must be because it's in one. Wonder if I can get away with getting rid of that. Probably can't, as long as I have a roof in there, right? Like if I have the roof up here, then I can do it. And that'll make it a bigger door. Alright, well, I've got a sandstorm coming up. I don't know where he is. Somewhere over here. It says
Sector
here.
weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
I'm just gonna catch the edge of it here, it looks like. But yeah, I've got the back wall right here. And I'm just gonna continue on with building all this. Good old sandstorms. Welcome to Arrakis. I mean, I probably could keep building, to be honest. Right? Although it'd be one of those ones where it's like, it's a dumb way to die. I barely got any sandstorm up here. It's great. Alright, now the last thing to do is to put the wall in. Hopefully I have enough power. I probably don't. Oh, I do. I have enough power. Wow, that's a big door. Alright, well, now we gotta check it out. We gotta go and fly through. Make sure it all works as planned. Well, I mean, it is a box. A pretty big one at that. As far as flying in, it should be fine to fly in a bigger vehicle, right? Then we have the 2 floors in between. You can turn around in here. It's so big. Well, this will be where I put all my big carriers and such. Might need to put a roof opening, which I have one over here actually, so if I want I can leave the crate and the buggy over here, right? And then I can have my ornithopters parked in here, and then have the carrier at the end here. There we go. The pillar base. So much bigger than that POI. Kind of funny. Alright, YouTubers, well, before I get the neighbors all ticked off, thanks for liking and subscribing. Thanks for coming back. And come back for more. Dune Awakening action. Just getting some water. Alright, I got water. I should go check my bank before I go. Oh, now? Can't I pick him up? Good enough. Alright, let's go check the bank. See how my stuff is doing, if I made my $2 million back or not. So close to the door. Alright, let's see my orders. Sold, 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 sold. So what were we were at like 12 million at the beginning of the episode. We're now at 13, 14. There we go, 14.6. And I still have a few actives. Not bad, not bad. Have a good night playing Dune Awakening and have fun out there in Arrakis.